Welcome to the battleground of the gods.
Welcome, challengers, to Battleground of the Gods, a Smite podcast. I am your host, Dep Nation, and joining me today we have Riggs.
It's just me.
Yeah.
And my cool glasses.
Riggs, they're leaving us alone a lot. I feel like our episodes, fantastic fun to make. 100% guaranteed to go off the rails.
Yeah. That's what usually Fro or Nev's here for. They're like kind of, mom and dad. I don't want to call them mom and dad, but like they're kind of mom and dad. I feel like me and Dep are like the dumb kids that just like
oh, absolutely.
Not in an age sense, obviously, but we like to have fun.
Yeah. Well, and it's not only that they're mom and dad, it's like, oh, okay, mom and dad are here. Let's bring it back on topic. We gotta behave ourselves.
Yeah, they're like the way more mature versions of me and you. Like, Furrow has kids and like a wife, and like Nev's married, and you got me and Dep. They're just like, fuck it, dude.
yeah. Like subbing to questionable sites and whatnot.
Yeah.
Questionable streams. You're like, should you be sub to that? And you're like, I don't care. what was it? I shared a couple of streamers that I watch, and Riggs is like, let me look here. And it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You gotta type Dep.
Yeah, Dep goes, hey guys, look at these guys that I watch, these streamers that I watch, and post the thumbnail for one of them is this lady, and I'm just like, yep, all right, that makes sense. Yep, I can see why you watched Dep.
They're a wholesome Smite streamer.
Listen, I've been a sub for Amaranth for almost a year, man. So
hell yeah,
and I would say it proud. You know who actually gave her the $70,000 or whatever? That's me, dude.
That was all you?
Low-key,
oh shit!
Yeah.
Man.
Did you see that clip?
No.
There was a clip where Amaranth was opening like fan gifts that she got or whatever. Yeah. And she opens this box and there's $70,000 or like 70 or 75,000, I don't remember. 70, something like that. A massive amount of cash in there. An iPhone.
Jeez.
I think it was a taser, and like a list of like security things that she could contact to like protect herself. I was like, what the fuck? Who just gives someone $70,000?
Yeah.
When she's like loaded, obviously.
Loaded.
She's talked about it before.
Fucking loaded. Like, I think like at least $1 million a month.
Yeah, at least.
In income, yeah.
And I don't know. I never understand people that do that, who give like a ton of money to like big streamers. Like they don't need it. Like
they're making enough off of the platforms and then the other platforms that they're on, because they're not going to put all of their cards in Twitch's basket.
Yeah, like why are you going to go donate to like Tim the Tap Man when you can go give $70,000 to Nev, Like,
yeah. 75 grand to Bocce.
Hell yeah.
We might need those security companies for when you guys are at Worlds.
Nah, dude, I could take a wolf, dude. I could take anybody else. I'll be fine.
Oh my! Have you seen the which would you rather fight, a lion once a year or a chicken every time you get in your car?
I would stomp out a chicken so fast.
That's yeah. No, and that's
I would get free dinner every day too. Like,
exactly. Yeah. I mean, at least one chicken a day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's no shot of eating an entire chicken, so I'm getting like a ton of just free food as well.
Oh yeah. You're supporting families out here. Fighting a lion? Fuck that.
Listen, I did go on record. I don't know if it was yesterday's recording because we pre-recorded, or if it was a different one, but I did go on record saying I could take a rhino. And I think that might have been some blind confidence there. I kind of want to retract that statement. I don't know which episode that'll be before this, but I don't think I could take a rhino.
It'll be after this, because this is going to be a live episode.
Oh, so spoiler for the future. I think
release.
at some point I said I could take a rhino. Just ignore those comments, and I'm sticking with wolf as the largest one I could take. I don't know. Sometimes I get overconfident. Yeah.
Here's the thing. There's some animals you can take. Like, you'll get fucked up, but you could take them. And then there's other animals where it's like, never stood a chance.
I want that. I don't want to steal your thunder, but You know who never stood a chance in my Smite games this week?
Oh shit! Who never stood a chance?
There's a young lad out there that is involved in a feud that he doesn't know about, but I know about. And all jokes aside, I'm sure Mast is a good dude. I just have never had a good interaction with him the few times I've been in interaction with him, and so it kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. Sure, he's a good dude. I know a lot of people like him, but in the updated Mast versus Riggs saga, there's been a new addition. And
what's the addition?
I came out on top once again.
Hell yeah!
Queue up. It was literally my first game of the week, right? And queue up. I finished something, whatever I was doing. I queue up and I'm like, fuck it, I'll play some Conquest right now. Load up into the game. Who do I see loading on the other team? A Heimdall that says "Call me Mast." And I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Got him.
I was playing Chalk solo. I've been messing around with Thorns. I know I was talking about it, I think, last week or the week before. I don't think Thorns are that good, but I think they're always fun to me to like just watch somebody pop themselves off my Thorns.
And I think there is a certain amount of panic from old Thorns being strong and people seeing it proc and not wanting to attack you because of it.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a good dissuasion tool. Like, so I bought it because they had a Freya on the other team, and there's not really a lot of ways to deal with the Freya as like a frontliner per se.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of need somebody with like your assassin or someone to really get on her to like shut her down. Otherwise, if I'm just trying to 1v1 a Freya, it's kind of hard for me to do anything because she'll just lifesteal and fucking boot me. But I pop Thorns. It lasts just about the same time as her 2 does. All of a sudden, she sees my Thorns and she goes, I'm not fucking doing that. So then she's not attacking me. I'm just running at her as big old Chalk.
And that's a Freya that's not dealing damage. That's huge.
Yeah, she's not lifestealing. She's not dealing damage. I can out damage her at that point. Her 2's down. So that's why I bought Thorns. It was kind of fun. I went 6-0 as Chalk. Obviously, Transcendence first item in solo. Transcendence Chalk still good. I don't think Chalk's that good, but Transcendence Chalk still good. And then right after that, I get a message from none other than young Trevor, and he goes, "It was patch day, I believe." He goes, "Yo, did you see the new adventure?" And I'm like, "I saw it."
Oh,
dude.
the new adventure! Yes.
I haven't played it.
Okay.
And so me and Trevor duo queue for it. And at first, right, we experimented with a little bit, like in the lobby. We're like, who do you think would be like a good, we need good clear, we need good fight. We're trying to brainstorm like good god combos and stuff. And so we started off with, I was playing kind of a tanky hybrid Baron, and Trevor was playing Tsukiyomi, right? Tsukiyomi, he's decent clear, but he's really, really good at brawling. And like Baron kind of same way.
Down and slowing them up, yep.
Yeah, because you get the one, if you're close range with people with the cooldown drops by a ton, so we're constantly just brawling. And we get second place, right? So we're like, all right, it's not a bad start. And our MO, and I know I've seen some like tweets and stuff about people who have started to speed run this adventure with fucking getting 0 kills, just only farming camps. That's some pussy shit. The way me and Trevor play this game mode is we just brawl, we just hunt people. we clear camp on the way.
Showdown point two.
Yeah, we treat it like a battle royale, dude. We clear camps on the way to fighting other people. Like we just go hunt people.
Yeah.
Which I kind of wish they would make kills worth a little bit more in camps, maybe not so much, because you can get away with just not fighting and you can still win.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did Baron Suki and we got second. That was our first game. We're like, all right, not bad. So then Trevor's like, I want to run the Tsukiyomi back. I kind of liked it. And I was like, all right, I think I'm going to switch up. I'm going to take off the Baron. And I'm going to go Mannequin Sylvanas, right? To really help our jungle clear, the buff jungle clear, but also pretty good in a fight still.
Yeah.
And so I got Mannequins and I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to go full damage Sylvanas, right? Might as well.
Yeah.
So we're full damage Tsukiyomi, full damage Sylvanas, running around. Again, same tactic, right? We're hunting people. We're not hunting camps.
Clearing camps on your way. Yeah.
He got 15 kills. I got 14 kills. And we were just hunting people. We got so many kills. We won first place in our second game of the adventures. Dominated. And then third game of it, Trevor stubborn as hell, would not get off Tsukiyomi at that point. He's like, dude, we've discovered the meta. Tsukiyomi's it. I'm only playing Tsukiyomi now. And I was like, I was still trying to mess around with stuff. So I was like, fine, I'll go Ishtar. We'll double down on the damage again. It worked out last time.
I don't know if Hunter's the play.
Well, I will inform you, Dep, that I got 19 kills that game, and Trevor got 13, and we got first place again.
Damn.
I just went crit, and we just hunted people down. I just melted them with crit. And, yeah. I haven't played since. I only played 3 games. It was super fun. Yeah. I don't know if you played the adventure that much, but...
I have played 3 games of the adventure as well. They're not showing up on the Smite Guru. First game, going in, Nev and I. We make some picks. We've got no fucking clue what's going on. We're like, what is this map? We're looking around. We're like, oh, there's a jungle camp over here. Go and clear the camp. Oh, let's go to this one. We end up taking the long way around because the pathing's fucking weird. And then, of course, it's like, neither of us have leaps. Maybe that was a bad decision. Who knows? And then, like, the portals open up, and we're like, oh, what are these?
Yeah.
And then you go into the weird portal area, and it's like, which one leads to which area of the map? I don't know, And so it's like, we just try and make sure we go through the same portal. And it's like, we were in there, and it's like, there was a Chernobog in the portal room. And we're like, get him! And he dashes away through a portal. First game, clearly a loss. I think we got, like, second or third. So it's like we were doing stuff, but not enough. And then we play another game, and let me tell you, there's like the weird. You got to capture like the Nidhogg scale,
like
or
the
whatever
skull thingy. Then I didn't realize that it like silences you, so you move slower too. I didn't realize that at first. I picked it up. I was like, what the fuck? Like I can't use shit. I'm trying to run. And I was like, I got bopped as soon as I picked it up.
And you can drop it.
Yeah.
To do stuff, but So what happened was we had picked it up and we were trying to turn it into a place, but it's like the timer ran out on turning it in and a new Nidhogg spawned. And so the enemy teams fought and killed that Nidhogg, and they were contesting that scale, but there was still
the other one
up on the map that we had tried to turn in. So we turn it in. And, like, Nev is out in the jungle, and she gets ganked by the Scylla, half-healths her. And so I'm, like, Thanatos 2, ult out of base. I'm flying after the Scylla. Land the execute. Get the kill, win the game. One of the enemy teams, they're so mad. They were less than 250 gold away from winning.
Damn.
And I'm convinced it was like the additional bounty gold from the kill because the Scylla killed Nev.
Yeah, probably.
Because we were both doing pretty good that game as far as kills, but the team in the lead had like a Carnunos that was just popping off, built crit, and it's like you're not gonna go anti-crit.
Yeah, I'd say I found hunters with crit are pretty fucking good because that's why I picked Ishtar, because I got crit the fuck down the game before a couple times and I was like, holy shit. So then I was like, I'll try that next game. You said you were playing Thanatos, because I saw a lot of Thanatos as well.
Thanatos, yeah.
I saw a lot of Bakasura as well too.
Because I think it's all jungle and his passive still applies, right?
Oh, for Baka, yeah. Well, if you're playing Baka, dude, just fucking, that's so gross. Because the people that are doing like the whole speed run thing, no kills, are playing Baka and they're just running around farming camps. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
They're probably building Golden Blade.
Golden Blade or something. Yeah, probably Golden Blade or like Oboe or something.
Hasten Katana, Oboe. Yeah. All of it. All the shit build items. So that was my experience with the new mode. It's fun.
It's
fun.
Really
Get yourself a friend and play it. I highly. It's a gold objective. The objective is 35,000 gold. Yeah. So keep that in mind as you're building. Like you don't.
And you get gold really fast too. Like you can get a full build pretty quick.
Yeah.
So. The only thing I wish is that I was under the assumption when it first came out that it was going to be available for custom games, but it's not.
Oh, it's not.
No. And I'm really bummed about that because I was thinking that would be super fun to do like a Baji like custom game because you just get, you grab 10 people and you hop in.
Easy enough. Yeah.
But it's not.
Dang.
It's my one wish. That, and I wish that kills would be worth a little bit more, or camps would be worth a tiny bit
camps
less.
were worth a little bit
one
less.
One of the two. Just that way it doesn't feel that bad where you're getting a ton of kills, but you're still losing because there's one team running around just
there's
avoiding
one team
everybody.
farming camps. Yeah.
Have you noticed that? There's always one team that's just running around avoiding everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, it do be like that. But it's drawing close to the end of the year here, and in my games, I thought, you know what? It's been a while since I've tested my Cupid curse out. My Cupid curse being that I have the absolute worst kill-death ratio win rate with Cupid that anybody could possibly have. And let me tell you, I started off the week feeling strong that the Cupid curse was broken. Had an arena 5-minute surrender 204. Feeling great. Feeling confident as Cupid. Do a slash 3214. Not too bad. Cupid's coming back, everybody. He's getting some wins. Let me tell you, the fucking curse backfired, and I lose about 90% of the game of my games for the rest of the week. It said, "Oh no, we're not gonna curse Cupid anymore. It's all of it now."
So I was unaware. What's the Cupid curse? Like, what? How bad is it? I didn't realize this was a thing.
I think I have like under a 10% win rate.
Jesus, I'm assuming with like a decent amount of games, right? Like,
I mean,
like what's your Cupid rank? I'm guessing
not a small amount. Let me
sort
my win rate here.
I feel like if that's like
15 games and my win rate is now 20%.
15 games. I feel like that's not that bad. I thought it was gonna be like 50 games minimum, and it's 10%. I was like, Jesus Christ. I feel like 15 games is not that bad.
No, the next one that's pretty bad is Uller. I have fun playing the guy. 84 matches as him. I got a 38% win rate.
Listen, man, there's something about Uller where you'll see a really good Uller player, and you'll be like, dude, I can do that. That looks so fun.
I could do that. Man. And because like, if someone's good at Uller, they're good at Uller and they style on you. You don't recognize like the subpar Ullers.
Yeah,
they're
like
invisible.
I'm guilty of that too. Like
Ullers.
I'll watch like a Haddock's stream or something, and he's playing Uller solo, and he's obviously mechanically insane, and he's doing shit. He's 180, axing, flicking the 3 all the way across, hitting max range flick 3s, and like doing all this crazy shit. And I'm like, dude, I want to play Uller now. I play Uller. I try doing that. I'm fucking going 0-10. I'm doing 360 axes and missing everything. My team's like, dude, this Uller sucks. I'm like, listen, that's fair.
Listen, it's a good joke. It's a great joke, even.
It's one of those things, dude. Like, you'll see like a pro or like a really high level person play God, and you're like, dude, that looks fun. Then you think that you can do it because it's like it's just the God, not the skill. It's like, oh, that's just what Uller does. Uller just hits 180 axes and does all this cool shit. And I'm like, yeah. You don't realize that it's the player behind the God doing it. So then you do it, you try to recreate it, and you're like, oh God, I'm not that good.
Yeah. So, I picked up a couple games with we had Rick, Bryce, Nev. Nev was streaming.
Is this the
Silent Reveries was streaming afterwards?
Yeah, I got a notification at like midnight or whatever that like Silent Reveries has gone live. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. So we were out here gaming, having a good time, So I don't think we ended up winning too many, but we had comms, we were in there, we were getting stuff done. But a fun week of Smite, even though I have the 90% diff, because the Cupid curse spread onto my other gods. So
I do have one more game too, just because I wanna give a shout out to Blaze as well.
Hit him with it.
Queued up with Blaze for one game, and we had a full squad, and Blaze was like hyping me up for Kumba solo, because I've been talking a lot about playing full damage Kumba solo a couple times on the podcast, right? Where you go triple flat pen and you kind of just fuck around and you one shot people. So they were talking about that. They're like, dude, go Kumba, show them what's up. So show them what's up. So I play a lock in Kumba, and I go up against a Discordia solo, right? A little bit of a weird matchup, not your typical everyday encounter in solo. So I'm like, all right, this will be fun.
Right.
So I ended up going 10-2 on Kumba solo.
Nice.
There was a point where they had an Oelix. We had like a big old team fight breakout pretty late in the game. I think we won the game after the fight, but big old team fight breaks out, and they have an Oelix that blinks on our mid laner, and tries to get a little cheeky kill in the middle of all the chaos. I hear the blink and I turn around and I just ult the Oelix, and as soon as she lands, I do the belly bop and she dies from full health, and everybody just stopped and they were like, "What?"
That's so savage.
It was a fun game. I ended up going Book of Thoth, obviously, and then double flat pen. So Book of Thoth has flat pen now, I guess, so triple flat pen. So Book of Thoth.
That's so dumb. That's so dumb.
Book of Thoth, Deso, Divine.
That item should not have pen.
And then I went Poly and Staff of Mirrodin. And then I had Conduit Gems, which I got Gem of Focus, but that whole build, dude, if I ulted somebody, they were insta-dead. Doesn't matter who it was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was so fun. Their poor Poseidon went 3-14 that game. Because if I just rooted him, I mean, he's Poseidon, what's he going to do? So he got rooted and he got tooted.
Tooting Riggs over here.
Yeah, dude, I rooted it and I tooted him, and then I belly bumped him and he was gone. And that was funny too. They were all like, dude, play Kumba, show him what's up. I was like, all right, fuck, I'll play Kumba. And then after the game, they were like, remind me if I ever see you on Kumba to just F6 the game. If I'm against F6. It was a pretty fun game. Highly recommend it if you want to have some fun. If you want to have some fun, obviously, full damage Guardians, I think, are some of the most fun you can do in the game. And yeah, Kumba's no exception to that.
Hell yeah.
But that is my games this week. Other than that, nothing crazy. I had a couple of 50-minute games that I don't really want to talk about because they hurt my head thinking about them.
Oh,
but yeah, other than that, that's it.
Okay. Well, Riggs, since it's just you and me, and you can only carry a conversation so much. And we can only have the same conversation so many times in an effort to keep us as on track as possible. I think we do a Battleground University to end the year off here.
Yes, sir.
Battleground University, subject warrior. This week's warrior is Cucullin. I was trying to think of a more clever way to say that.
You started that off
really, it wasn't coming out. I
started off real
good.
strong, and then you kind of just like, hey,
oh, big petered out. Yeah, I'll work on it, everyone. I'll work on it. But Cucullin, we were looking at our Smite Gurus, and Riggs was wondering about my Cupid curse, and I was saying, oh well, I got a really good win rate with Cucullin. Let's talk about that guy. I got 34 games under my belt, 70.59% win rate.
Jesus.
Not too shabby. So do we want to roll through his abilities first and then talk about I suppose the conquest side of things, because it's a bit trickier playing him in non-conquest versus conquest. And I would say the easiest place to play him is in conquest.
Yeah, so the way I was thinking about this is I'll let you run through the abilities, what they do, kind of little stuff about them, and then I will take over when it comes time to how to little intricate kind of tips and tricks and stuff and fun stuff you can do with them. But
okay,
if you want to do that, or we can tag team and do both. But
the the unique thing about Cucullin is he has rage, not mana. So his mana, MP5, and mana heals are instead applied to his health pool. His abilities consume rage, which stops regeneration at 25, but you can gain rage by hitting your abilities and basic attacks. Or even when you or your allies take damage.
Yes, sir.
So after 3 seconds of being above 85 rage, you go berserk, which I'm sure everyone has seen. Cuchulainn transforms into the big boy. While you are berserk, Cuchulainn gains power and a health shield. So the health conversion is 20% of mana. So any mana you're getting from items, 20% of that is converted into health. His berserk form lasts for 20 seconds. You gain a bonus power of 2 per level. And the bonus health is 10 plus 15 per level.
To be honest, I wouldn't even worry about the power that much in the health, because they always, whenever they change Cuchulainn, that's what they always do, is they either nerf his power or nerf his health, or buff his power or buff his health. So this always changes.
Yeah.
This is just what it is currently.
This is just, yep, this is what is listed on smitegame.com/gods/Cuchulainn. His first ability, Barbed Spear, turning into a ground slam when you go berserk. 55% scaling, 65 damage on up to 305. It applies a heal reduction and
big old fat one too.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. I think something might be wrong.
Do you want me to take over?
It says it has a stun duration of 2 seconds and a root duration of 1.
So it does actually stun.
Ooh.
It stuns minions, not gods, which I was gonna save. I was gonna save for the little intricacy stuff, but we can get into it now. So yeah. Little tips and tricks with Cuchulainn, right? And this is only, I believe this is only for his non-rage form. It might be for both. I think it's only for the rage one though. Or the non-rage one. So yeah, you use your 1 on the wave or like on minions, right? And if you notice when you do it, they kind of almost get pushed back, and they look like they get confused for a second because they get stunned. So a little tip and trick is that's actually really good, especially in Conquest, because you can get wave advantage by doing this. You knock the minions back and they get stunned, and then that obviously means that you're not taking damage from minions. Their minions aren't doing damage to your minions, and you can kind of use that to your advantage to get a little bit of advantage in wave clear. But yeah, it's one of those like weird ones that it stuns, but it's goofy.
That's peculiar.
There's a couple of abilities that do that.
This one, his one, you get 5 rage for hitting minions, 8 rage for hitting a god, and you can only get a maximum of 18 rage from this ability, which that's going to be a common theme. Now his 2, Vent Anger, this has the Mystic Male type effect going on around him when you activate it.
Baby mystical male, basically.
Baby mystical male
with a chill pill.
This is primarily going to be used to keep your rage from filling up before you want it to. So if you're looking to transform all the time and just be the berserker, you can choose to not level it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too for them, but I think I'll do it now.
And that is like a play strategy around it, is you want to transform at pivotal moments, right?
Yeah. So I would say, me personally, 99.9% of the time, you will not level this ability until you absolutely have to, until the game makes you, basically. Because as far as transforming goes, and as long as you're not transforming like super late game in the wrong times, it kind of doesn't matter when you transform, especially in non-conquest. Like, you kind of want to transform as many times as you can because you get a lot of bonuses when you're transformed.
Yep.
So it doesn't really matter if you're just transforming randomly. Like, obviously, yeah, it's not ideal if you transform and like nothing's happening, but I mean, ideally, you know, you want to have like a big team fight, transform, do a bunch of cool shit. But really, like, it's not that hard to get rage, especially in non-conquest. In conquest, it's a little bit harder. But I would 99.9% of the time don't even bother leveling this ability and just max your 1 and your 3 because that's where all your damage is. And then whenever you are raging, this takes automatically. So like,
Yep.
if you do have any points in it, it'll do that extra damage you have just automatically. And it does give you a tiny bit of movement speed. So every once
Gives
in a
you
while,
5% movement speed.
if you're trying to haul ass and you need a little bit of a kick, you know, maybe pop it, even if you don't want to, pop it and run a little bit faster. Or if you're trying to catch somebody, you need a little kick, pop it and chase them
But
down.
also know, popping that's going to run your mana or your rage down.
Correct.
So if you're chasing after someone, the chances of you getting your berserk form through using this bit lower.
Yeah.
Bit lower.
Also, I guess I'll throw this in there too. So you transform at 85. I would say a sweet spot you want to try and hover around is 70. If you want to try to match your, like, maintain your rage and like not transform or you don't want to. Another way to do that as well is you don't need to use your 2 to do that. You can also just miss your 1 or your 3
miss
on purpose
abilities. Yep.
to do it. Like, let's say your 2's on cooldown or something like that. Just throw your 1 out and make sure it hits nothing because it costs rage to use it. But yeah, I would say ideally you just try to stick around somewhere like in the 70s, like low 70s, because then all you need is 1. Let's say you go throw your 1 on some minions, you'll transform after that. Or if you accidentally get too high up there, you can pop your 2 and you'll go back down, but that you're not going to go down too low, so you can still transform if you want to.
Yep. And then his 3 is his leap. Same as the 1, 5 rage for minions, 8 rage for a god, max of 18. In your berserk form, it's a dash that pushes your enemies with them.
Can be very buggy.
Deals a decent amount of damage. And then finally his ultimate, Spear of Mortal Pain, and the war cry in his berserk form. Does his big circle. Get 10 rage for minions, 26 rage for an enemy god, for a max of 36. And then berserk form, you shout out, trembling the enemies in fear.
Hey,
does decent damage.
Don't do me a favor.
What's that?
Did you have the ability description up for his ult?
I do.
read the first like sentence up to the comma.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Or I can do it if you want me to.
No. I got this. Cucullin swings his spear, Gabolga, in a circle around him.
Oh, I was gonna call it gay bulge, but
could be that too.
There is no E, so it's GAEBULG. So it's not gay bulge, but me being a 12-year-old kid's gonna say gay bulge, and then giggle afterwards. But
so swing your bulge around, get the rage, transform, and then shout at people for touching your gay bulge,
and then yell at people
and yell at them. Gives the tremble, does decent damage, has a fair amount of scaling. Cucullin's kind of the definition of like run you down, I feel like.
Yeah, he is very W key warrior. I'll do some kind of more intricate stuff. So going back to the jump.
Yep.
It does, so the non-rage form, just your standard little jump. It's got an interesting targeter, and it can actually hit people behind you as well if you jump in place. Fun fact. And it gives you immunity frames. So
it does.
If you're not familiar,
use this to dodge.
If you're not familiar with immunity frames, basically, if you use something that has immunity frames, so for example, you use Cucullin's jump, and let's say there's like a Vulcan ult about to land on you. If you time it right, you can jump in place. Even though you'll be in the Vulcanult targeter, you'll be immune from taking damage if you time it right, and you can take no damage when you do it. And that works for...
It's like you're technically in the air.
Yeah,
it is a fast jump, so...
Yeah, you have to get good at timing it. And I would actually try to get really good if you're going to play Kakolin. I would try to get really good at just avoiding getting hit by abilities by just using this. Like, even if you're just using it in place. Because more often than not, you not getting hit by the ability is more important than you having this up. Kind of use it as like a dodge almost.
Or getting the rage from hitting minions or...
Yeah, like if it's like an important... Like, for example, like the Vulcanult ability, right? That's a really big cooldown to avoid. And even if you can time it right and you can avoid that and just not have to face tank an entire Vulcanult, that's huge, right? That's a huge resource he's wasted. Now you can just chase him down. Like, you had to invest your jump, but you'll take that every day. You'll take a jump for an ult every day.
Absolutely.
And then like I was saying too, I snuck in a little. It's also buggy when Dep was talking about it. There is a very well-known bug with Kakolin Rage Form Dash, where it's almost like Hercules Dash, right? Except for it's not coded the same way. So sometimes you will just go through people and not push them. And there's a very famous clip that is in Hazer's stream of Julio playing Kakolin. And if you're not familiar with Julio, he's the pro player that got banned for saying he's gonna blow up some dude's house. So not a very cool dude, but really funny clip. Where he's playing Kakolin and he goes to dash through the guy to kill him, and he dashes him and he goes right through him, and then Julio speaks Spanish, he just goes "¿Qué? ¿Qué?" and he starts freaking out and he like yelling in Spanish. But yeah, it happens all the time, so if it happens to you, kind of unlucky. It's been in the game for a long time. I don't know how to get them to fix it, but
yeah. You give it, you code it exactly like Hercules Dash is what you do.
You would think, but then it's like
make it identical.
Because it technically does stun too when you push them, but like not really.
Yeah.
So like
not really. It's
I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why they don't just code it the same way Hercules push. But
code it the same way, easy peasy.
You would think that would help a lot, but who knows?
Like literally copy Hercules ability, paste into Kakolin. I think it's because of the weird way that the crowd control durations work for Hercules, and Hercules being a special flower.
Yeah, I have no idea. But just be aware, if you are, you might sometimes go through people and not do damage, and you'll just be like, wait, I could have sworn I hit them, and you probably did, but the game said no.
Yeah.
And then for the ult, it does do a decent amount of damage and gives you a shit ton of rage, but it is also CC immunity in both stances, which is very key as well. A lot of the times you'll see a Kakolin get blink, and you'll see them blink into a fight and just ult as soon as they blink and just knock up as many people as they can, because then that gives you a shit ton of rage. You'll probably transform right after that, and obviously knock up is really good CC.
And think of it this way: if you blink in, you're still holding your leap for any abilities that are gonna fly at you after you've blinked in. You got the huge amount of rage coming in from your ultimate. So hopefully, if you were at that 70-ish amount that Riggs is telling you to stay at, ult your max to 100. Even if you pop your 2 or do a leap, I don't think you're going to not transform.
Yeah, unless you hit nobody with those, you'll transform still.
Yeah. Like two enemy gods, you're maxed.
Yeah.
You know, one minion and an enemy god. So even if it's just like one guy on a jungle camp, you're getting the full amount of rage from that ability that you can. So
and then for CC immunity as well, I would, me personally, again, this is like a personal preference, I try not to use his rage ult unless I absolutely need to for CC immunity, because it's like, it's kind of a long channel and it kind of interrupts you doing damage. It does a little bit of damage. I don't feel like it's not that much. I think it's better to save it for CC immunity unless like you need to finish off a kill with it.
Well, here's the thing. It's just as much damage as the spear, but the knockup's such a more powerful CC than the tremble is. And he's in his rage for 20 seconds.
Yeah, you can definitely get at least 2 rotations of abilities off. if not more, if you have or if you have a bunch of CDR. But probably you'll guarantee at least 2 rotations off.
Yeah, and with the root, that should give you enough time. By the time the second one comes around with your dash, that you can use the ult as you're slowly starting to de-transform and leave your rage mode, your berserk.
Yeah.
To say it.
What else do I have for fun shit about Kukulin? Oh, Kukulin, especially in rage form, but just in standard form too, just use your auto attacks. And that sounds kind of dumb, but like he has ranged autos. He has the further range melee autos where he's got 16. So use that to your advantage, and you get power, like Dep said, when you transform, and that really helps scale your autos when you're in rage form. Your rage autos hit for they hit really hard.
Yeah.
So like make sure you're autoing people when you're playing Kukulin. I know it sounds kind of dumb, just use your auto attack. But
each auto gives you a full 1 rage.
Yeah.
So I hate auto attacks sound so funny on some of his skins. I think, gosh, this was like a couple months ago, but I had the Wasteland skin.
Oh yeah.
And he makes some really goofy noises when he's got that. So if you build attack speed, you're going.
Well, yeah. Speaking of builds,
let's get into what we want on them.
I'm not gonna go because the builds change all the time, items get changed all the time.
Yeah,
but like a standard, I'm of the opinion that just about every warrior at least really needs blink to do their job. It's really hard to engage on a backliner or like a squishy player without blink, because more often than not they have an escape. So like, let's say, I'm Kukulin, I'm gonna jump on them. Well, they'll just run away, and then nothing changed. So blink, and then if they run away, then use your leap to close ground. But so blink is what I would say. Like 100% of the time, I'd always go blink. Whether or not you go first or second doesn't really matter. It's kind of up to you, but I would always go blink. Second relic is kind of up to you. If Thorns was better, Kukulin loves Thorns because it makes it to where they can't fight back. And like Dep said earlier, Kukulin loves running you down. Nothing better than running someone down and then popping Thorns when they try to fight back, and they just go, I can't fight back. Oh no, I'm just dead. And you just go, ha ha ha, dumb backliner, you dumb ass. You can't play the game.
Right.
Horrific's not bad on him. Again, closing ground.
Letting you get your autos off.
If you feel like you need it, you could also go beads. He does have 2 forms of CC immunity, like I said, but if you really feel like you need even more, you can go beads. Other than that, kind of stick to those, I would say. Maybe like an Onk if you really need an Onk, but as far as builds, starter, I'd probably just go Axe. You can maybe do Bluestone, kind of up to you. Axe is just better right now, but that could change. Doesn't really matter.
What about the one that gives mitigations? Sigil, I think it is.
If we're talking conquest, no. If we're talking non-conquest, you can kind of get away with whatever starter you want. So it's kind of up to you at that point. But if you're gonna go Sigil,
you're gonna be in there with them, and you're gonna be taking a lot of damage. So either getting the extra mitigation or even having the extra damage proc.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, actually, Infused Sigil is not bad on him if you can get away with it. The only problem is that the other starters are usually just better than Sigil. But if you want to do it, I mean, nothing's stopping you. It's not like it's bad, but
right.
And then just your typical tank build, right? You kind of always want Glad Shield on most tanks right now. Glad Shields are super good. You can go. Mystical Mail's not really that great right now, but it used to be a classic. Buy Mystical Mail with Kukulin. You almost get like 2 Mystical Mail procs. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a classic with Kukulin. You get Mystical Mail, you pop your 2, and then you pop Thorns, and it's just a bunch of yellow damage. You can't do anything about it.
Good time.
But yeah, Glad Shield right now. Magic, there's a lot of really good magic items kind of up to you, whatever you need. Kind of maybe a fun item. I've talked a lot about Runeforged on here. Runeforged, pretty good on Kukulin.
Yep.
other than that, I mean, kind of up to you. Whatever you think you need. They have crit. Go spectral. If you feel like you need a Magi's, go Magi's. You could Berserker Shield's kind of a fun item to mess around with because, like I said, his autos hit really hard, so a little bit of attack speed, not that bad. But as long as you have Glad Shield, kind of build whatever you want.
Heck yeah.
So, I would.
I love it.
He's one of the few warriors where going full damage. Because I'm always a proponent. Go full damage. It's a lot of fun. Every once in a while, I wouldn't do it every game, but like I said, full damage Guardians are really fun. Full damage Warriors are fun. He's one of the few where it's really hard to pull off because you have to like transform. Transforming takes a long time. You have to get right into people to like do stuff. Like you don't really have a lot of range.
Well, and it requires coordination for like you to let your team know, like, hey, I'm going to be raging. Let's take this fight.
Yeah,
you know.
He lacks a lot of range. Like some warriors, you can kind of get away with like just poking people with full damage because you have range. Like Wukong is really good at that.
Mm-hmm.
Kukulkan, you kind of have to be in the middle of everybody, so you kind of just get popped. But if you do, I would recommend a full attack speed crit build. And that way, and then pick a fun skin like Dep said, and then you can just hear Kukulkan go, hoo, 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 hoo. But yeah, I don't know if you have anything else to add there.
Anything else to add? Well, I think I got most of my wins playing Ranked Joust with me and my buddies on the sticks.
And then they said, see ya to that game mode.
It might be, well, no, it might have been season 7 that we were doing this. So, I mean, I think the man's changed a little bit. I don't have the change logs up right now. Yeah. But the principle of his playstyle stayed the same.
You know what sucks? And they did this a couple years ago. His Rage 1, the root. Yeah. I guess when he came out, there was a bug with it where the animation was going so fast. So it was almost like an instant. As soon as you cast it, he was rooting somebody. And I guess they like figured out that it wasn't supposed to be like that like years later. So they changed it, and now it feels so slow compared to what it used to.
Oh, they reverse Uller axed it.
Yeah, but I guess it was like a bug the whole time. Like it wasn't like supposed to be as fast as it was, but it just was. It was like that for like years after it came out, and then they were like, "We fixed colon bug," and we're like, "What bug?" And then all of a sudden you play colon, and he's like slow motion slamming the ground, and I'm like, "What is going on, dude?"
Why does that look so slow?
It feels weird, especially if you played a lot of him beforehand, and then you go. It is like exactly like reverse Uller axe, where you play Uller before they change him, and it's all slow, and then you play him after, and it's like instantly where you throw the axe, and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Right. I still think that they need to do a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde skin
for Colin.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty good.
That would be so much fun. Like they've got the Wolfman skin, you know. They've got Beach Bro. They've got the United. They got the weird Prince and the Frog.
I was gonna say, do you want to do what's the best skin for Colin?
Oh, we can do that. Yeah. What are you?
I'm a big proponent of the winter one where he turns into the big Yeti.
The Yeti looks so cool. That's a solid tier 4 skin in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm
at least as far as like how they changed like his look, and then the Yeti being, you know, different versus like the Wasteland. It's like
I hate that one.
There's not much. It sounds funny. That if it didn't sound the way it did, I don't know if I would play it. The Fiendish Rage, the one with the purple crystals.
That one's my number 2.
That's pretty good. And I'm not trying to knock like the Enchanted Boyfriend where it's the Prince and the Frog. I mean, like they're doing different things. It's just like, who wants that?
The Frog is pretty good, but I feel like the base skin kind of sucks. But the Frog is really, really fun.
Yeah. The Werewolf's good too. I think you're right. I like the Winter's Curse, the Yeti. I like that one best. I think that's number 1, and then my number 2 is between the Wolf and the Purple Crystal.
My vote's for Purple Crystal.
and then Fiendish Rage. So we could disagree on those. I think that's fine. We have a tie for second.
And I want to give an honorable mention. I like his recolor a lot. He's got one of the better recolors in my opinion. Where he's just simple, it's red, and then he's got like the black tattoos instead of like the blue ones.
the Hound of Ulster.
Yeah, I'm a big recolor fan. I love recolors.
Yeah,
and
I think
he's got a pretty good one.
I think they've gone a bit too far with having the recolors be a part of like the season pass.
Well, they do like an extra
that you
one
have
for
to
the
get with
pass.
the God releases. Yeah,
those are all
but
extra.
Still.
So like Milan has like 2 recolors.
Oh, right.
But that's Cacolin, baby.
Hell yeah.
Go play him and get mad.
Solid battle. Play him and get mad.
And then whenever you transform, say, I'm angry.
I'm angry. or as I would say, I'm upset.
Yeah. It's a requirement, actually. Whenever you transform, you have to say either one of those 2 things.
I'm upset.
And if you don't, you just instantly transform back into not rage.
Oh my god. Now I want Temper Tantrum Cucullin, where you've got him as like a chibi regular, and then when he transforms, he turns into a big baby and he's just like crying. And the ultimate's just like a big baby cry sound.
He just like slams a rattle down with his one when he's big.
Right. Boom. Yes. Oh my gosh, Riggs. We've cracked the code.
Mad baby.
Oh, we've cracked the code.
Or angry baby.
Angry baby. I feel like there's also some if they license DBZ, there's some easy make the enraged form like some kind of Frieza form, like the second form.
I don't know. You picked one of the few characters that I actually have heard of. I had never watched Dragon Ball growing up, so I do know what I know who Frieza is, but you're missing with me with all the forms and stuff.
Right. Let me turn you on to TFS after this then. It's a pretty good abbreviated synopsis of what's going on there. But that will do it for the Battleground University. And as this is the last recording of this year, because all the other recordings we've done before this, let us throw out a reminder for the community corner. Riggs, what was that again?
Make the ultimate god out of the existing kits in the game. 1 from each class, no repeating classes, so 1 passive, 4 abilities. Once you pick a class, like once you use 1 from a class, that class is off limits now, so you kind of have to do 1 from each. See if you can make a crazy god. You can do more than 1 submission. Some people already have. Go crazy. And the end goal is to try to beat my creation, which so far nobody has done. Dep likes to think that he has, but we don't know the truth.
I think I beat you with the Guardian one.
I don't remember.
And I think I don't remember winning.
I don't remember what I made for that, to be honest.
Because you didn't. That's right. No, I'm kidding. No, I had the one where I played with the Cucullin one and getting the extra mitigations, and then I just picked other abilities that gave him extra mitigations.
Oh yeah. That's actually a good shot too. You can stance switchers. You can pick a stance switching ability. However, I do ask that if you do that, be specific about which stance switching ability you would like. So, because it kind of gets messy if you're like, oh, I want a stance switching ult because then I can get more abilities. I would kind of stay away from doing that. I would just say like, oh, I really love Merlin's fire stance 1, right? The little, I'm just gonna follow you, pointing my hand at you and burning you, right? If you really want that, then just specify that, and that's
you have to specify which stance, and and then that's the only one you get. You don't get 2 or 3 abilities out of each one.
Yeah,
I still think we need to do one where it's only stance switchers.
There's not that many stance switchers in the game though. You're kind of.
Do we include transformations then?
I would.
Yeah.
So you have Arthur, Cucullin, You have fucking
Cthulhu.
no Guardian. Oh yeah, Cthulhu, I guess. Ardio. Hell.
I gotta pull up the god list.
No hunters, right? Oh, Uller, I guess. That's about
Uller.
it. Oh, and we forgot Tyr.
I think I said Tyr first.
Did you? Well, that's it though.
Maybe.
I think. I don't know. It's not that many.
I mean, there's enough to
Morgan.
To make a challenge. The Morgan.
Also, don't fucking do Morgan ult.
Yeah, that's
kind
of
of
and then I'll just transform into anybody else on the map.
And my ult
no,
is
fuck
being
off.
anybody else. I mean, like, all
right. I'm the best now. Is there a stance switching assassin?
I don't believe there is.
Oh, Lancelot. He gets on the horse. Okay, I'm kidding.
I mean, that kind of is. I get it is actually labeled as a stance change, so I guess we'd have to count that.
But none of the other abilities would mesh with it, so
yeah. But you could be on a horse.
You could be on a horse.
That is pretty cool. You could be riding around on a horse.
I mean, you gain the movement speed, and I think it's linked to his passive where he...
Yeah, it is.
Or no, you get the shield, and the passive gives you movement speed. So...
But yeah, I will put a reminder, make a god, basically.
Make a god. And we'll have to do that when this releases. And you know what, Riggs? I'm thinking we have the community do an episode right around Worlds time. And I think they read this off. And I think they decide.
Yeah, that you guys did talk about that. That's a good shot. Actually, we should probably talk about that. So
yeah.
We've mentioned it a few times. Me, Fro, and Nev will be going to the Smite World Championships in January, which means little Dep is going to be by himself. So we're probably going to put a PSA. I don't know if this is going to be the PSA, or we'll probably put something in the Discord as well. If anybody would be interested in maybe doing a community episode. We've done it before in the past. I think we did a couple in the past, right? It was like Danny and
and
Bombi,
I think we usually do them around the new year. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the last
Blaze
time
might have been involved in one.
The last time you guys did it was, I think, 4 Worlds, right? Because you guys were all gone.
Yeah.
So similar situation, but Dep will be here, so Dep will have to rein some community people in.
Maybe I won't be here. Maybe I get a vacation day.
That is true. Maybe Dep says, "All right, have fun, guys." He gives you the keys to the car and then walks away.
Right. Yeah, I get everyone set up, and it's like, all right, goodbye.
But yeah, if you guys would be interested, let us know, and we'll see. Try to work something out. Maybe do a little community episode. We'll probably have you guys read off the community corner, and you guys can talk shit about me and Nev and Fro, but not Dep, because. Talk shit to Dep.
Not that.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
You can't talk shit about that.
Can't do it.
You see that fucking beard? See how perfectly trimmed it is? Lined up like a butte.
This one's not going to be on YouTube.
Well, just take my word for it. It's lined up like a butte.
Listen. Some people might say I've been looking into Riggs' eyes this whole time. It's either that or I'm watching the Amaranth stream in the background.
No, you're looking at Poseidon right now. He's spinning his trident over here, and you're seeing my Audacity bar over here. Right there. All right.
He's got some mirrored sunglasses on, and they're perfect. Oh, we love to see it, and we look forward to it as well. Riggs, I believe we are on to the thank yous. We're thanking Sadons for the thumbnails. We're thanking Raging Cajun for those artwork commissions, and then we're thanking all of our lovely patrons. Your names are Ario, Asbestos, Brish Chassion, Weatherman Keefe. It's a fucking spelling.
That one's a new one, I feel like, right?
It's newer. It's been newer for about a month now, but every time Fro says, "Shit, I forgot to ask how you want me to pronounce your name," and I'm just going with it at this point. I think. Oh, I can't remember what we said yesterday when Fro was going through them. It said something like Bryce,
Oh yeah, he did. He did have a big flub.
Yeah, it was it was a flub. But anyways, keep it on. Jade Flagon, Baseball, Griff, Bombi, Danny, Caveman, Neo, Coffin Monkey, CDR Let's, Gilly, Snorlax, Weatherman, Adios, Sir Embers, K-Brojo, Freak, Stoff, Backlash, Sadon, Dr. God, Fokker, Lantern, Reese, Warlord, Yo, Bats Kid, Echo, Dunk Doc, Necros, Otter Joe, Riggs, Drakon, Glenwiggle, Granite Boys, Camel House, Void vs. Void, Enbright, Sloppy Sanch, Scion Gemini, Batman 7839, Sandman, Aquasoft, Kilowatt Man, I'm a Hater, Mr. Man 77, Colorado, Amber Good, Amber Bug, Folk Hero, and the Big Red. Thank you all. Throwing up the heart hands, you can't see them.
Thank you.
Oh. Damn, that list is long. I was saying that we need to get Fro to read the list, and then we'll just copy paste it at the end of every episode before the outros.
Yeah. Oh, I am also working with Fro to get some of those Patreon episodes on Patreon itself.
Oh, yeah.
I was able to get into it, but then I had an issues uploading, so I'll figure that out. But
I don't think you need to upload. I think you can post a link to the file.
Okay, that might work.
That might work.
Because yeah, I tried. I'll get it fixed, but I'll get them on Patreon itself, so that way you don't have to use SoundCloud if you don't want to. But yeah.
Oh yeah, because then it's like an RSS feed thing. But yeah. Yep. All right. Well, I will. I gotta get out of here and show Riggs TFS type stuff. So.
Hell yeah.
See you guys on the 2v2v2v2v2. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
How does it feel?